What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. This is going to be your Queen Sugar review, okay? Let's just get right to it. I'm already on the road. I thought I was recording. I did not hit record. I hit record, but the way that the phone was positioned in this little cradle, this shaking ass cradle, I thought that something was pressed down and it wasn't recording, so we're gonna start all over. We're gonna start all over once again. So we start off with Ralph Angel in blue, and Nova stops by, and Ralph Angel finds this box. Ralph Angel says he's gonna try to stay mad at Nova, and you know, she's like, I heard you giving out second chances, and he's looking at her like, no, I'm not giving you no second chance. And he tells her that Darla relapsed, and she was shocked, and he just is looking at her crazy, and she ends up, you know, leaving. Then they show Nova on the phone with, I guess, some newspaper, and she's trying to find some information on Old World Energy, and she finds this guy's name named Parker Campbell. Somebody knocks on the door, and it's Aunt Vi, and Nova looked like she had seen a ghost. I was like, who's at the door, child? And it was her, and she was like, I need Jimmy Dale's address. And she was like, for what? And she's like, you know, you don't what did she tell her? You don't care about the truth or something like that. And she's like, well, you're not going to go over there and confront him alone, are you? And she says, you're not going to help me. If you're going to help me, did you help me find this problem? What's she saying? You're going to help me get rid of it or some shit, she said. And she said, well, at least I'll drive you, let me drive you, but you're gonna have to talk to me. And she was like, you can drive, but I'll talk to you when I get good and ready. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. I was like, bitch, what the fuck? Who the fuck you think you are running shit? So they show that the Boudreaux are losing support. Charlie and Prosper find out that they are exercising voter suppression amongst the people in the town, moving voting booths 10 miles away, removing people's names off of the voter, you know, the voter list, so they can come and, you know, cast their votes. And as they're talking about that, Jacob's mother comes up, Frances, and it was so funny that Nova was like, well, Cousin Charlie, whatever do you mean? Cousin, what she call it? Cousin Frances. Whatever do you mean? I said, come on, Charlie, bitch. So she said, what did you do? You went and got this information off some matchbox somewhere. And she said, I just shook the family tree. I don't know who's gonna fall out. I said, they had a lot of little cute one-liners in there in this episode. What's her name? Frances mentioned that Charlie is Jacob's weakness and she'll never understand it. Then the cops show up, and so she says, oh, I see you're busy, I'll go ahead and leave. And she smiles and leaves, old bitch. And then so the cops are sitting there trying to blame Charlie and trying to say that it was arson. They found a can there, and so Charlie says, I'm wealthy, so it's no problem trying to run anything, so let's start right fucking there. Then they mention, as soon as they mention Micah's name in terms of, oh, he got in trouble for some arson, she was like, okay, well, we're not going to have this conversation. We'll have it with my attorneys present and this and that. Can y'all go, please? Please go. Just go. I should have went to that Starbucks. There's nobody right there. Anyways, okay, so she's like, you may leave, and she tells the people to leave. So Nova, Aunt Vi are driving, and Aunt Vi starts talking, and then Nova starts talking over her. She said, Nova, we know you know how to talk. Do you know how to listen? I said, come on, y'all. I said, these writers are so fucking good. You see how early I left? I usually leave at this time, and I'm already at halfway there. So she said, you spent more times on my trials than you did my triumphs. And I counted the pages where you talked about my trials. And I've showed you I've showed you that I came back from, you know, this situation. I've showed you that, and you didn't even highlight that. You highlighted my trials. And she said, Oh, so they arrived to Jimmy Dale's house, and he answers the door, old raggedy motherfucker. He says, I knew you'd be back. I said, David Allen Greer, if you don't shut that door, I knew you'd be back. So he told her, you can't let go, can you? And she says, no, I'm just going to hold you accountable. It looked like she was nervous at first, and she handed him this box. So we still don't know what's going on in this box. I believe that she might have been pregnant and he beat her and she lost the baby, maybe. That's the only thing that I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of. He was like, you can't let go of me. So she starts walking away, and like she's talking to him, and he's in her face and stuff like that. And he breaks the box. And when he breaks the box, he throws the box down. She like yells out. She screams. But at the same time, it felt like when he broke that box, it felt like maybe the spell was broken, because she was holding on to her shame. Her shame was in that box, and she gave it to him like, you're going to be held accountable for this. I'm not holding this anymore. This is your doing. You did this. So he says, she told her, you ain't shit, and you never have been. And this young girl walks up, right? So here's my thing with this situation. She's like, you the one that had to clean yourself up to come and see me. Look at this house. Look how you living. And you're not. To me, I felt like, oh, she needed to go see. Like, all of this shit is for a reason. She had to go see that this man is not. He ain't never been shit. He ain't shit and never gonna be shit. He's a weak man. He's a weak person. And when you realize, let me tell you something, how when you realize the person who transgressed you is living a life that they deserve, you release them, because you see like, oh shit, I'm holding on this anger, I'm holding on to this shame, I'm holding on to this, and this is how you living? Oh, no. You ain't shit, and you never gonna be shit. This young girl walks up. And I always like to say, when a man gets to a certain age and he realizes, and she told him, you ain't in your prime anymore, you ain't pulling bitches, basically. So what do they go and do? Go find a younger woman to ruin her fucking life and give her a different perception of a man. And lo and behold, here comes this young girl with a fucking bandage on her eye, carrying some bags. I was just like, oh God. And she said, no, you're not going back up there. Do not go back up there. And she was like, I'm you. I am you. This same man is about to ruin another woman. But the only advice she would probably get is to choose better, right? Okay. So she told her, no, you're not going back up there. Oh, you need to come back up. And she said, what is he beating you? Because the soup isn't cold? The sheets aren't crisp? And she's looking, and she's like, I don't have anywhere to go. She's like, I know you think you don't have nowhere to go, but you got somewhere to go. And she takes her to this domestic violence shelter and tells her that if she wants to, she has a job down at her diner. And I was like, good. They get in the car and they drive off, and that's where she ends up taking her. And she said, I was you 30 years ago. So can you imagine? I mean, I guess when you ain't shit, you ain't never gonna be shit. You ain't been shit for 30 years. You haven't changed. You haven't grown. You haven't saw the error of your ways. Nothing. There has been no evolution. And when you find out and you see a man that has, or a person, any person that has done wrong by you, and you go back and you see them and you see they haven't evolved at all, and they're not sorry for what they did to you and never apologize, and you see that they live in this life, you release all of that shit and release it and be like, oh, you getting karma and already visited you, I see. Go on about your life, because I'm going on about mine. Break this box with all this shame in it, and I'm on about my life. And she said, I realized, I'm rich, I got love, I got a house, I got a business, I got all this shit and you ain't got shit. Look at how you living, you raggedy motherfucker. That's what she should have said. Cuss his ass out one last good time. One good time. For the last time. He said you ain't never, what did he say? This ain't the last of it. He's sitting there holding a grocery bag, old tired ass, old ass man. Sitting up there with nobody. But only person you have is some girl who has probably some low self-esteem, honey. Hello, some low self-esteem, and you found her, and now you making it seem like, honey, honey. I said, come on, get that girl out of there. I'm glad she took her. You know, some people would not have paid attention. They would have just let that girl walk up with her bruise on her face and a bandage on her face with some groceries and just been like, oh shit, he about to fuck up another bitch's life. No, we're taking you. You're not about to do this. You're not about to ruin another woman's life, you dirty motherfucker. His fat ass sitting up there with that grocery bag. I said, look at David Alan Grier. I'm so mad at him, even though I love David Alan Grier. Micah and Kiki are in a photography studio. She gets a full art scholarship. They're going off to college. They tell each other they love each other. And Vi tells a lady at the domestic violence shelter, you call me if she tries to go back, because we know that happens. We know that people, what's the statistics? They go back 3 times before they realize, oh, this ain't it. So Darla goes to the diner and she sees Aunt Vi and she thanks her for helping her. You helped me when I was at my lowest. And she's like, I want to give you my 1 month sober chip that they give out in AA. They give them chips, and you know, people are really proud of those things. And she was like, it's my most prized possession after Blue. Blue is not your possession, Darla, but that's another story for another day. But he's my most prized possession after Blue. This is my most prized possession after Blue. And she gives it to her, and they smile at each other, and it was cute. Charlie's in her campaign office, and they let the people know that are working that the people are up to their old tricks, their dirty tricks, and they're exercising voter suppression. Prosper says they're going to organize bus routes, so they're not going to allow these people to win in this way. And like Charlie said when she was cussing Micah out, I'm in a fight right now that I should have won, and with no competition. In a regular fight, I would have. Did she say that to Micah, or did she say that? Who did she say that to? That if this was an even playing field, I would have been one. But these people are playing dirty tricks because they know they have the power to do that and the privilege to do that. And now we got to fight these people. So they're going to set up bus routes or whatever. So Nova and Aunt Vi are sitting down in the diner and they're talking. I don't know. This is really bothering me. See, and now it's not shaking. This is really bothering me. Hopefully, I don't know. We're gonna have to deal with it. I'll have to figure it out later. Nova and Aunt Vi are sitting down talking, and they're talking about that box. And she says, "I realized that you know, basically that the box was shame, and it, like I said, you see how the effects of your actions, we can call it karma, we can call it what goes around comes around, we can call it reap what you sow, we can call it all of the things that indicates whatever you throw out, it's like a boomerang. It will come back with astounding accuracy and hit your fucking face in the middle of your eyes. Do you hear me? So when you realize that you may not see it, and that's the reason, see, that was the reason, like, she needed to see that. She needed to see all of how he was living in order to be like, oh shit, I'm holding on to this shit, and this man, look at how you living, you up here and you beating somebody else. I mean, like, this is your life, and look at my life, and look at all the things that I have. You need to stop looking back and release that. And the other day I was listening to someone talk about, you know, the rearview mirror and saying it's gone, and yesterday is gone, tomorrow's not here. You need to live right now. Same the way that we take people. We need to take people for who they are and take them in their space right now. And okay, you want to get by? Are you gonna hit everybody trying to get by? You stupid motherfucker. Stupid. And she said, we just need to break cycles and move forward. And that's what they're doing. No more secrets, she says. And she asked Nova, did she want some pie? And asking her, did she want some pie, that was to me like, okay, we're healed. You and I are cool now. Nova's little smile was so cute. And she looked like a little girl when she offered her that pie. And then, okay, so what happened after that? See, I'm already on. So Old World Energy, we find out, is a shell company. They got a little office somewhere, working as the Beckington Group, and Charlie wants to know who these people are. So this is another twist. We're gonna find out who these damn people are. I hope it's nobody they know. I mean, like, really know. So they having a party for Micah, and Blue and Nova are there, and Blue wants to sit with Nova, and Ralph Angel was acting like an asshole, and he was like, no, did you hear Ralph Angel tell Blue that Nova was sick and that he couldn't go outside because he didn't want him to get sick? I said, Ralph Angel is a mess. Don't go outside, she's sick and I don't want you to get sick. What? Honey. And Darla told him right. Blue is going to need all the love that he can get, and he's going to need it, and he is going to need it when he gets old enough and they tell him his story. He's going to need it, and he needs all the love, and he's so cute. He's really a cute little boy. And he told her, so he went in the bathroom to go wash his hands, and Vi told him, don't put him in the middle of this. He don't have nothing to do with this, right? And then he goes in the bathroom and he's washing his hands, and Blue gives him advice. And that is why I say it's so important to listen to children, because they will tell you, they see things we hold on to as adults, like holding grudges. Remember I talking about that the other day? Holding grudges is an adult thing. That's not a childish thing. Children don't hold grudges. They just don't. They very much live in the moment. Very much live in the moment. And he told him a story about him and his friend getting into an argument over a toy, or playing Minecraft, and telling him, realizing that you have more similarities than you have differences. You about to cause an accident in your, what is that called? A Camaro? Them little digger cars. Get on my nerves. And he said, why are you mad at Nova? And he said, what makes you think I'm mad at Nova? And he's like, man, come on. Like, y'all really be thinking that kids can't tell and kids don't know? They are more perceptive. I always say they are closer to the divine than we are. So you need to listen to them. Do you understand? They are closer to the divine than we are. So you need to listen to them. I felt like I needed to say that twice, so y'all can feel me and hear what I'm talking about. All right, so he goes out, he's like, did she say sorry? And he was like, not really, but she thinks she's right and this and that. She thinks she's right in her actions, and he gives him advice, and he was like, go on out there and sit with your Aunt Nova if you want to. He was like, I am. I said, come on, Blue. Okay, what you say? That's my auntie. I'm going to sit next to her. So, what's her name is all proud and shit, Charlie, and she gives Micah a Rolex. Micah stands up and says he's not going to Harvard. He rescinded his acceptance letter. He rescinded the acceptance. And he's going to go to Xavier, and it's a HBCU. He's going to start study art and poli-sci. And Charlie is looking around, trying to find somebody to blame. Looking at Nova. Did you know about this? Looking at Kiki. And Kiki's like, I didn't even know. Like, he ain't told nobody. He was like, I haven't told anybody. This was my decision, but you were the one who inspired this decision. I see how you've been working in the community. And Charlie, once again, gets so angry. Like she gets so angry. And she says the best thing that she has said, and it's true. And I hope that people heard what she said. She said, unfortunately, college isn't about getting an education anymore. It is not. It is about your network. That's the reason why these parents are trying to get their kids into school, lying to get their kids into school. It's become a status thing. It's very much a status. You went to this school, so you must have a great network of people that you know, right? That's what it's about. And she said it, and it's true. Unfortunately, college is not about educating and education anymore. College is about your network, who you know, so that you can be in position to make these moves, because they're not going to give you the privileges that you got to have to work for. You got to make your way for it. These people, the people like I have to go through all of this shit with this family. You need to be in a position so you can create jobs for people. And he was like, no, I want to be here, and I want to document what's going on down here. It's just as important. I talked to Ralph Angel. I talked to Hollywood. I've talked to your man, your boyfriend, or whoever. What's his name? I can never remember Charlie's little boyfriend's name. But I've talked, Romero, is that his name? I've talked to all these people, and this is what I want to do. And she's like, you can't be doing nothing, taking pretty pictures. What happened? Did it end after that? I felt like it ended after that. She told that man, I won, honey. Yeah, you saw Darla. Darla looked so much better. She had her lipstick on. She had her little hair pulled back. I said, she looks way better. Vi looked way better. Everybody's looking refreshed. Everybody, even Darla was like, mad, and she's still mad at Nova, but she was like, even though I feel a way about her, that should not affect the relationship with Blue. And Blue loves his auntie, so no, you can't. We're not gonna do that. He's gonna need all the love that he can get. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen next week. Did she say sorry? Okay. Micah gets a Rolex. Yeah, and that was it. And that was pretty much it. It was a good episode. I'm so glad that I am so glad that Vi released that. I know how it is. I identified with that so good. It's like when you see the person that really fucked with you and really, caused you a lot of pain, when you see how they living, child, please, you be like, honey, I don't need to hold on to this anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that was it for the episode. Y'all have a wonderful day. Take care of each other. Sorry, I'm all over the place. My energy has been real crazy this morning. I was rushing and trying to keep my anxiety at bay, but it looks like it's just, I'll be fine. So go ahead and we'll get down in the comments, and y'all take care of each other. Peace.